Well, hey friends, Joshua King here. And one of the first questions that was given to me is from my friend Evan, who posted this question. He asked, how can a very small business utilize video if their budget is less than $300 monthly? Does the quality of video matter or quality of content? And then finally, would it be effective even to just film on an iPhone? Yes, you can absolutely utilize video at a budget less than $300 a month. In fact, there's some ways to utilize video for free if you're coupling video you're shooting yourself with your own social media platforms. When you get into things like Facebook advertising, at that point you can start to spend a little bit more just to push your message out to the appropriate audiences and make sure that it's being seen by the right people. But then in answer to your second question, does quality of video matter or quality of content? I would say content always trumps the production quality. And I say that because you would be surprised, maybe not, at how much production quality people overlook because they're just coming or they're just watching your message for the content. They want to hear what you have to say. They want to hear about the product, about the service, about what you can offer them. So they're not coming just to compare, hey, I wonder how they're shooting that video. That looks like they shot on their iPhone. I wish they had used a 4K cinematic quality camera. Nobody's thinking that. Now, as a content creator, I can't help but be picky about, the footage that I shoot. And for anybody picking up a camera, whether that be your iPhone, whether it be a traditional digital camera, you're going to get picky, and that's just human nature. We are our own worst critic, but I would say try to keep that in check because that can very quickly become a barrier to actually getting your message out there. Don't let it be a barrier. And in answer to your final question is, would it be effective even to just film on an iPhone? Absolutely yes. In fact, the newer the smartphone, the more capable production quality, the higher production quality you're able to achieve just right out of the gate. In fact, I'm actually shooting this video on my iPhone 8 Plus. Maybe you took a look at a previous video and you were like, oh, this one looks like it's shot differently, but I guarantee you didn't necessarily immediately think, wow, that's terrible quality. I'm not gonna watch this video because the quality is so poor. The most important thing about your video is what are you sharing? Are you articulating that, presenting that clearly? And video is just a platform to do that. Your iPhone is a very capable, very effective video making device, and you should be using that. If that's the only camera you have available, start using it and start using it often. Now, there are some mistakes that you can make, but those mistakes are gonna be so painfully obvious to you. And there's some principles to keep in mind as you're shooting video, even on your smartphone, that will prevent some of those distractions like poor audio, poor video, poor lighting. Now, I'm cheating just a little bit because I'm using a lav mic to pick up my audio. So that's why I'm wearing this guy right here. And largely because I have a desktop computer right here that can be a little noisy, and I was afraid the iPhone was gonna pick up more of that than even my voice. So that's an example of knowing that there's some audio noise in the room. I'm gonna use a really budget-friendly tool to overcome that, so that's not a distraction. By the way, if you'd like some budget-friendly video tools that you can start using, I'd encourage you to sign up for my email list at joshuakingmedia.com/email. When you sign up, I send you a list of 10 budget-friendly video tools to look pro. A lav mic happens to be one of those budget-friendly tools. So if you don't have one, maybe you should pick one up. So thank you, Evan, for sending in that question. That was a fantastic question. And if you happen to have a question about video, whether that be about video tools, resources, or maybe some best practices, whatever your question, I'd love to answer it. So if you would send that to me at josh@joshuakingmedia.com, or you can simply post a comment below, and I'll see that and add it to the queue of questions. I really am passionate about this. I enjoy talking about it, answering your questions, so I hope you will send yours in, and I look forward to answering more of them. So until the next video, see ya.